Hi guys. So this is just a quick little short review on breath sounds since we're doing the respiratory chapter right now. So I also posted a link to actual breath sounds so that you guys can listen to them. I found that website particularly helpful. So for the breath sounds, we're just going to kind of run through what they sound like and when you would hear them. So for a decrease in breath sounds, that's going to be with an accumulation of fluid, air, or tissue that interferes with the transfer of sound. So for I know a lot of my COPD patients, the further down I've gone, oscillating their lungs, the more diminished they are. So just an example of that. And then if you have absent breath sounds, then that can be a major or minor airway obstruction, and that is a medical emergency. So, pardon me. And that obviously can happen with a pneumothorax. So, uh, for crackles, which are also called rales, they can be fine or coarse. For the fine ones, it's going to sound like you're rubbing your hair between your fingers next to your ear. And then I think most of us have probably heard fine crackles, especially on our COPD patients. Um, so, or heart failure patients. I'm sorry. And then also with the coarse crackles, that's going to sound more like carbonated soda, little bubbles. And then it's going to be upon inspiration, and it's with excessive fluid. So heart failure and pneumonia. I've heard it with several of my heart failure patients. So, um, and then with rhonchi, that's going to be the low, coarse sounds like snoring. So usually it can be cleared by coughing sometimes, but it's caused by a whole lot of things. And it actually does sound like snoring. So, and then we've got a pleural friction rub. So a friction rub is going to be like a harsh um, grating sound. And it is usually seen with intense chest wall pain, inflammation of the visceral and parietal pleura. And we're going to usually hear a friction rub with pleural effusion or a pneumothorax. And the best way to distinguish that from a cardiac rub is going to be to have the patient hold their breath. This is not, I don't think this is in our textbook, but if they hold their breath and you still hear it, then it's cardiac. And if they're holding, their breath and you don't hear it, then you know that it's from their lungs. So just a little FYI there. For wheezing, I think probably a lot of us have heard wheezing, but it's a high-pitched musical sound or has a musical quality to it. And we're going to hear wheezing with our asthma, heart failure, COPD, and bronchitis patients. And then we have stridor. Stridor is very high-pitched. It also has a musical quality to it, but to me, it reminds me of whales, like in the sounds they make in the ocean. So I don't know. It's a deeper musical sound than wheezing. Wheezing is high pitched, but in a different way. So check out that link that I posted because they do sound very different. But the stridor is going to be in the upper airway, and stridor is a medical emergency. So let's see. And then I do want to talk about fremitus a little bit. So the fremitus, that's the vibration of the chest wall. So that's where we had people say 99 went down their back when we were in lab last semester. So with fremitus, when we palpate, we're going to have a decrease in fremitus, in our pneumothorax and pleural effusion patients because of air and fluid. It's going to be increased in our pneumonia and lung abscess patients. Mainly, you could think of lung abscesses and pneumonia as being very dense lung tissue. So the higher the density, the higher the fremitus. And that's what we should expect to hear in those patients. Or if we hear that, that's probably what's going on. So just a little review on breath sounds. So I hope I see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.